Good afternoon, or good morning, good evening, good middle of the night, whatever time it is, wherever you happen to be listening. Welcome. My name is Sean Boonstra. You've just tuned into a very special episode of Disclosure because today we're actually going to highlight another radio program, but not a competitor. This is a program produced by the Voice of Prophecy, and it's our award-winning, if I dare say so myself, our award-winning radio drama for kids, Discovery Mountain. So, today in studio, I've got a group gathered around me. First of all, I have to let you go first. You are my lovely wife, Jean Boonstra.
And the only female in the room, so I should get to go first.
No. Amanda's here. We just haven't given her a microphone.
That's true.
No.
She's off.
Because we never know what Amanda's going to say.
Yeah.
All right. So, my lovely wife, Jean Boonstra, you are, of course, the famous Ms. Jean.
Well, I don't know about famous, but yes.
How come you're Ms. Jean instead
narrator.
of Mrs. Jean? Have you disowned me on the...
Well, MS. That can stand for married or single.
Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Jean of Discovery Mountain. You're the writer, executive producer, narrator, chief cook, and bottle washer for the program.
Actually, not chief cook and bottle washer. We have Lynn for that.
Oh,
we love
Lynn
her
is the
very,
chief,
very much.
Lynn is chief cook and bottle washer. Okay.
Absolutely.
I've also got Doug Bruce of East End Post Productions, known better to fans of Discovery Mountain as...
Director Doug.
Director Doug.
Indeed,
And
good to be here.
yeah, I think that sums it up, though. That's your title, right? You're the director,
it.
the editor. You're
Yep.
our token Canadian.
No, there's more than one.
No, I don't
There-
think so anymore.
Sure, Danny.
There are a couple.
Our composer.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
Well, Danny's on the... Danny Columbia is also with us, but joining us by telephone from Toronto the Good.
No.
Danny, you're on the radio, or you're on the phone, right?
Yes,
Out there
and
you
I'm
are.
actually still here in Canada on the phone.
It's amazing that they've allowed that telephone has made it to Canada. That technology is.
Well, it's the tin can. He has the string stretched really tightly.
Well, you know, I am a Canadian by birth, and it was always remarkable to me when people would ask, "Do you have this in Canada yet? Do you have that in Canada yet?"
Right.
And sometimes we didn't, but we have telephones. Danny is the guy who adds a lot of the drama to Discovery Mountain because he actually scores the show. He's a composer. He writes all of the original music. Welcome, Danny. Glad you're here with us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah, I think so, because you get to enjoy my company for an hour.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we've got the one, the only, Jake Donovan, better known to us here at the studios as Ruben Gomez. I've just betrayed your secret identity.
Oh, man, it's a disaster.
Yeah, you don't really. That's not really how you sound, but
No, it's not.
That's how Jake sounds.
that's how Jake
That's
sounds.
a
but
Jakeism.
yeah, you not only produce Discovery Mountain, you're actually the media director for the entire Voice of Prophecy network. And that means you're busy producing this program, Disclosure. You're busy with The Bullpen, a bunch of mini-series we've produced like Shadow Empire, Pale Horse Rides, The Appearing, a whole lot more. You're a busy man.
It's fun, though.
Yeah, and you're Jake Donovan.
And I'm Jake Donovan.
Yeah. How in the world do you not hurt yourself doing that?
Oh, I didn't say I don't hurt myself. It hurts every time I do it. I don't know what's going to happen later in life. You know, my lungs just,
You're going to get nodes. All right, welcome everybody. I think the best place to begin, let's roll the opening sequence for Discovery Mountain to give people a taste of what that program's like, just in case they've never heard it. Have you got that, Hareem? Yeah, okay.
Hi, I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear, almost clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain.
Oh, now I want to hear the rest of the episode. It's kind of like, it's not even fair to play that. Who's the yeehaw?
I know. I don't know. When we're at events and I play this for people, I always tease them that it's you, Sean. But I don't know. I think that's a sound effect you found, right, Danny?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it you, Danny, going yeehaw? Is that you? Are you the yeehaw guy?
No, it wasn't. It's my crazy nephew. No, actually, I don't know who it is. It was off of a set of samples.
Okay.
Oh.
We use samples that are triggered off of a keyboard.
There are
Very
yeehaw
cool.
samples?
Samples.
Hey, Gene, let's start with you maybe, because this is kind of your
Sure.
brainchild in the beginning. What motivated you to put this program out there?
That's a great question. Sean, our daughters are older now. They're young ladies. But when they were young...
Completely not available, young men. Don't even come close.
Right. We were always looking for quality Christian programming for our kids. And we noticed early on that if the content wasn't engaging and interesting, the kids, no matter how good the moral or the lesson was or the Bible story was, the kids didn't stay connected with it and they didn't keep listening or reading or watching. And so, Sean, when we came to the Voice of Prophecy about 5 years ago, we thought, wow, we should do something in audio for kids. And so Discovery Mountain started with the dream that we could create the kind of program that kids from any background would listen to, would find engaging, and would stay with the program long enough to learn those life lessons and those Bible stories.
Right, and it's going pretty well so far. I mean, I've gone all over the world, and I'm hearing, the show's only, 2 years old as of sitting
barely.
down, barely 2 years old, and already it's got hundreds of thousands of kids all over the world writing in, listening to it. And I know that I got off the plane in Australia recently, and somebody said, that guy over there, he's associated with Discovery Mountain, and the kids flocked to me. They just, woo, he's with Discovery Mountain. And I got swarmed with these kids and like, okay, who are you? Do you play Jake Donovan? And it's like, no, I play Chaplain Simon. And they said, they all want, they just walked away. I've got like the least cool character, but
not everyone can be Jake Donovan. Sorry, Sean.
No, but apparently I guess the point is it's hit a chord with a lot of families and parents.
And you know what I've found as obviously word about the program's gotten out more over the 2 years. We tend to have two reactions. People are like, oh, I've never heard of that. Interesting, I'm going to listen. Or people who have listened, they tell us how much they love it, and their kids listen to the episodes over and over and over again. So it really does seem to fit a need that was out there in Christian families.
Don't you even have some parents using it as bribery with their kids?
Oh, lots of parents. Lots of teachers are doing that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Well, the daughter of the fellow that plays Principal Reader is a teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's found a great way to get control of the bedlam during lunchtime, and that's to play Discovery Mountain. And the kids are now self-regulating. If someone starts cutting up, they say, shh, we're listening to Discovery Mountain. And apparently lunchtime is now quiet, right? So
they behave
happy.
so they get the next episode.
So they get the next episode.
I heard parents a while ago saying until all the chores are done, they don't grab the next podcast. They will not download it. They will not play it for their children unless the beds are made and the dishes are done. And so it's hit. Doug,
Good idea.
tell us a little bit about what goes into it. Maybe you and Danny, because really once we're here in studio and record some voices, a lot of it ends up on your plate. Walk us through a little bit what goes into, or you and Jean and Danny or anybody, what goes into making one of these things?
Well, starting at the very beginning, obviously Jean has a story concept. She sends me scripts. We start planning on what actors might be able to fill the roles. We might go through some auditions, or we'll go to a pool of actors that we've auditioned already that we think might be
Paid
capable.
actors?
No, they're volunteers.
Yeah.
They're volunteers, and they're all amateurs. We don't have a single actor in this that has like professional acting experience. Some of them have a little bit of background in maybe high school drama or whatever, but all amateurs.
Right.
Every single one of them. And, following that, I jump on a plane, fly down here from my house near Toronto, and we do the voice recordings.
Right.
And those take us, for a six show series, take us about 7 days,
Yeah,
about 7
roughly.
and days or so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I never see my wife during those 7 days.
They're
I
long
see her.
weeks.
Oh.
And constantly saying, "Who wrote this stuff?" And
Yeah.
trying to
Giving
get
me a
Gene,
hard
can we
time.
change these words? Oh, sure. Following that, I all the audio tracks are put on a hard drive. I run back up to Toronto. First thing I do is the dialogue assembly, because this is often it's recorded out of order.
Yeah,
And
always.
with multiple takes and pickups for mistakes and whatever, and people have seen the bloopers. If you
Right.
go on the discoverymountain.com website, you can see bloopers. They're a lot of fun. So I'll assemble the dialogue into finished tracks. So the scene is complete, but it's absolutely silent.
Okay.
So it's like in a quiet room. There's no environment. My next step is to apply the sound effects, which take probably a couple to 3 days per episode.
Wow.
And that brings life to the scene, the ambience, the environment they're in, all the movement. If they're making tea, you get the kettle boiling. If there's an explosion, which we'll hear in a clip later, you hear all that stuff. I assemble all of that. Once those tracks are done, I send all of that via email to Danny, and he does the music composition. And
So there's
final mix.
email in Canada too.
We have email.
It's getting more amazing by the moment.
It's a big rubber band slingshot, and I just kind of shoot the hard drive.
Carrier pigeon.
The
By
carrier
pigeon.
Yeah.
And dog sled.
And so and then I kick it over to Danny, so he can probably give some insight.
So
on what he
Danny,
goes through.
you get these. We've got about 3 minutes to the break. You get these files, and I guess you've never even met most of the actors, and you get these files. How do you work that process from that moment?
So I actually take on those files that Doug sends me, and I recreate them on my computer here, and then I do the final leveling and making sure the voices are everything is coherent and makes sense from beginning to end. Then I fly that to another computer where I proceed to compose under it and listen to it sitting back. I'll listen like a fan, like I'm one of the kids, and I'll feel where things need to be amplified, where the emotion needs to be amplified or whatever, and then I compose, or I'll take, by now I've got quite a library of music, so I'll use some pre-existing music, and I'll tweak it a little bit, or sometimes just compose, from the ground up. And then I mix that whole thing and send the final version for approval to Doug first, and then with his fine ears, he'll hear little things that I might have missed. And then once that's done, then we send that off to Gene and Joel and Ruben, and they give the final okay.
Yep.
Now, what's it like, though? You actually have not met most of the actors, so you must have a visual in your head when you're listening to these voices hour after hour after hour. Are there any voices that, when you heard them, you thought, yeah, that was a good fit? I really like that one.
Oh, quite a few of them. As a matter of fact, I know that these actors are amateurs, but I think several of them have a career in show business if they wanted.
Yeah.
It's great for me to be separated, because then I can take it at face value. And again, I'm like anybody out there in radio land listening to this stuff, but I get to react to it and I get to shape it even further. So it's a good place to come from.
And your favorite voice is Chaplain Simon, correct, Danny? It's Chaplain Simon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Not George Simon, who is, I don't know how that worked out. I'm the one who's got a job in radio, and George Simon works upstairs here.
He answers the phone, and he sits at the front desk.
I know, but he's got this, hello, everybody.
I know,
he's
it's
got
wonderful.
He's got
wonderful.
He's like the voice of God almost, and me, I'm like, hello, folks. Yeah. All right, I see Hareem reaching for the button. Does that mean I'm out of Oh, there comes the music. That means it's time for a break. And that means there's going to be an amazing offer from the good people at the Voice of Prophecy. And you'll want to write this stuff down. You'll want to grab a piece of paper and a pen, because it's going to be an astonishing offer. We've got materials for children. We've got materials for Bible study. We've got all sorts of things that are available to you free. So write that down. And I'm in studio with a lot of the cast and crew of Discovery Mountain, our brand new radio drama for children. We'll be right back after this break to keep discussing what that show is and why it's important for you.
Disclosure is just one of the programs brought to you by the Voice of Prophecy, like the audio adventure program Discovery Mountain. Discovery Mountain is a weekly Bible-based program for kids of all ages and backgrounds. Your family will enjoy faith-building stories with Jake Donovan, Mr. Simon, and others in this small mountain town. Each summer, campers visit Discovery Mountain, where they sing songs, learn about God, and reenact a Bible story with the help of drama teachers Miss Wendy and Miss Tamra. With 24 full episodes every year and programming every week, your family will have something uplifting to listen to every week. Listen to episodes on demand and watch video features from Director Doug at discoverymountain.com or on your favorite podcast platform. That's discoverymountain.com.
And we are back from the break. If you're just joining us, this is Disclosure, talk radio from the Voice of Prophecy. But today we're talking about, well, another show from the Voice of Prophecy, our children radio drama, and or children's radio drama. And it's award-winning. I don't mind saying so myself because I didn't do anything to win those awards, but show up and disrupt production and that kind of thing. But today in studio...
Doug's nodding, yeah.
There's nothing that goes so slow that I can't make it slower. Yeah.
You just have too much fun when you come visit.
I do
Discovery
enjoy
Mountain.
watching it because, well, again, it's all... Hey, look who's there. Put him on for a second. It's George Simon just walked in the studio. We're talking about Discovery Mountain. Hey,
I can't hear you.
no, you can't hear us? Talking to that microphone a second, man.
the microphone.
It's George
Yeah.
Simon. Hey,
is it?
George
That's it?
Simon.
You're good.
No, you're
I'm
on the
good.
air
I just
now,
can't hear
George.
them. Yep.
See, we're all amateurs.
Yeah, there.
Hi, George.
Hey, it's the voice. We're doing a show on Discovery Mountain, George,
Oh, I
and you just happened to walk in, and let me ask you this: while we've got you standing there in the control room, what are the things you love about being George Simon, and how did you get your voice to be so suave?
He was born that way.
Push the button. See, it's all amateurs.
So you can hear me now.
Yeah, we can hear
there
you
we
now.
can hear you.
Oh, well, the thing I love about Discovery Mountain is the director.
Oh,
He's such a nice guy.
hey, okay.
Oh,
The check's in the mail, George.
And all of the scripts are just so interesting and fun to do.
There you
Well
go.
written.
And Jean's
Wow.
got a check for
Another
you, too.
check.
Everybody's got butter on them now.
Well, put peanut butter on. I love that.
Yeah, peanut butter. Did you come out of the womb with a voice like that, though? Good night.
I don't know. My mom. I don't know what happened when I came out of the womb. When my sister came out of the room, she had her eyes wide open and screaming.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but not you. But you don't remember it. Isn't it great we don't remember that, actually,
Oh.
quite frankly? Yeah.
I saw a great white light, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Simon.
You know, George is a musician. That's
Yep.
part of why his voice is so wonderful.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Yeah.
pretty rich. And,
Yeah.
All right, Ruben. Hands down, you are my favorite. You are my favorite character in the show. And I think a lot of people around the world would agree. That's why people wanted to know, are you Jake Donovan? Tell me how that character started and how he's grown or morphed or changed after the last eight seasons?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it started, this whole show started as a kind of a concept, it's like, where is it going? And as many creative endeavors do, it's like, where, this is an idea, right? And you'll look back at it, many seasons later, and you're like, wow, that's changed so much. I look back at some of my favorite shows that way, and you see how things have changed. So the whole show has just grown and developed and matured. It's been fun to watch that. And Jake Donovan has not matured, but
Dematured? Is that a word?
Dematured,
I don't know.
Regressed.
So there's these regrets. But Jake's voice has definitely changed, and the difference between Jake's voice in season 1 and Jake's voice in season 7, which we're about to launch, is about 25 octaves higher. So I'm just saying. So it's been fun. I was actually listening back to Jake's voice at the beginning, and it was very similar to my normal voice that you hear now. And now it's very much like, well, hey, Mr. Simon. So, and that's why it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been fun being Jake. It's been fun just being kind of the clumsy character, but a character who also has, some sense about him, some spiritual sense, some responsibility for really helping guide the kids at the summer camp and the kids at the academy, at the school, and so while in many ways he's that kind of, oh, it's Jake again, but in many ways he's also a mentor to the kids, and I kind of like that dichotomy.
Yeah.
Danny, when you're scoring Jake, what comes to mind? You're listening to that voice, that tortured voice in a dark studio.
Danny just doesn't
The
listen to
first
that
word
voice.
that comes to mind is fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
good.
most animated music usually comes to mind when he's making an entrance. So if a scene is just moving along, suddenly you introduce Jake, which, by the way, I don't know how many listeners have heard of this, but he's the SpongeBob SquarePants of our production.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank you, Danny. No, thank you, Danny. I think there'll be posters around the office here pretty soon.
Oh, poor Ruben.
Oh, it's perfect.
Good thing.
I'm
You may
crying.
Because everybody else is so normal, and great, but you need somebody to mix it up. And Jake is pretty much always right, no matter what his intentions are, and that's kind of like what SpongeBob does, but he's larger than life. So he mixes it up. Just when you think a scene, okay, that scene's just about long enough, in comes Jake, and the fun begins.
Yeah, he's our cartoon character in the presence of a whole bunch of realistic actors.
But if he's SpongeBob, who's Patrick?
Uh-oh.
Who's
I don't
Patrick
know. I'm not writing a Patrick.
and who is Squidward?
Squidward.
Oh, no.
Maybe you're Squidward.
Squidward is everybody else.
Squidward's everybody
Please
else.
tell me no.
There you
They
go.
play straight.
He's the one that makes sense all the time.
This is really painful. I need some trail mix.
All right. Hey, somebody tell me. We've brought some favorite clips along. Somebody go first. I don't know what order. Are they all queued up in a particular order?
No, we can fire
All right.
them off however. So
all right. Somebody
gonna start
share your favorite clip with us.
Okay. Well, since we've just been picking on Jake, my favorite clip is definitely one from an upcoming season. So depending on when our listeners hear disclosure, they may not have heard this clip yet because it won't be released until the holiday season of 2018. But this is a Thanksgiving story, and the families gather for Thanksgiving dinner. But you hear a line by Jake in the background. And I'll tell you after why I love that line so much.
All right. Hareem.
This is from season 7.
Fire away.
Now tell me about the story.
Why don't you sit down at the picnic
is
table?
it?
Sorry, guys, that was my fault.
Did you just blow the whole show?
I just blew the whole show. I messed
Did you hear what
Hareem up.
Danny did with
Danny?
Did you hear what Ruben did with your stuff? It's like Jake Donovan's at the controls.
Uh-oh.
I haven't had my trail mix yet. I have this ability to control things from in here.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, and so I kind of hit it twice.
All right, we got Jake Donovan
let's
on the
try
controls.
this again.
All right.
I've had my trail mix. Here we go.
Now tell me about this story. Ruth, is it?
Oh, yeah. It's really a good one. You see, it all starts with a famine in Bethlehem, Judah. And because there was no food, Elimelech and his wife Naomi and their 2 sons went to live in Moab.
Happy Thanksgiving. Judah and his family are enjoying some bittersweet family time, and so is the Simon family. Let's listen.
All right, Jamie, grab the napkins from off the buffet and come help me set the table.
Okay, Dad. Here, let me check. Yes, 7 napkins.
Kayla, will you bring over those drinking glasses?
Sure, Chaplain Simon. These ones?
Let's see. No, use the ones with the sort of swirly pattern.
Swirly pattern.
Kayla, I'll help you.
Oh, these ones?
Yeah, that's them. Grab 7 of those.
My pasta is perfecto.
Oh my, Jake is enthusiastic about that salad he's making.
Yeah, but can you really call it a salad, though?
I know, it's got pineapple and oranges and coconut.
And whipped topping all stirred in with the pasta.
Well, at least his frog eye salad doesn't have any frog or eyes in it.
That's for sure. Jamie, go ahead and set the forks and knives out.
Sure, Dad. I'm so thankful that you're home.
I'm so thankful to be home. And I'm thankful that your mom and granddad are doing all the cooking this year.
Well, almost all the cooking.
True. What are we missing, girls?
Oh, the centerpiece. We can't get it yet.
Why?
It's in Natasha's room and she's still sleeping.
Dinner's almost ready. Go tell that sleepy-headed sister of yours that it's time to wake up, and grab that centerpiece while you're at it.
Okay, but she's not going to be happy about being woken up.
She'll be fine.
My masterpiece is complete.
Jake, your salad looks interesting. You can set it right next to the cranberry sauce.
Okay, there we go. I'm starving.
All right. Now, Gene, tell me why that's a favorite.
Well, that's a favorite because Jake says that line, my pasta is perfecto.
You're nowhere near as good.
No, I'm not. But I love it so much because in this scene, I needed to write some dish that Jake was making for Thanksgiving dinner, and I Googled the weirdest food I could find, and I found, sorry to anyone who actually makes this salad, but it's called frog eye salad, and it's pasta and different things. It sounds like it's a sweet salad. I thought, well, that's perfect for Jake. And when he delivers that line, I love it so much that since we've recorded that, I find myself in everyday life saying it. Like everything
You
is
said it
perfecto
yesterday.
now. Yeah,
You
I say
said
that
it
to you
yesterday.
all the time. Now I'm like, this is perfecto. It's just become part of the Boonstra family lingo now. So I love that scene.
Well, it's funny. When we were recording it, we didn't even really discuss the line, and
Right.
there was no direction for me. Like, Jake, I think you need to read it this way. We just were reading the scene, and this came out. We all laughed and we said, "Okay, that's perfect. We don't need to redo that." Right? You nailed it.
Do you know what it reminded me of, though, Ruben? It's me, a Mario.
Oh,
Me, Mario.
Trademark pending.
yeah, right.
All right. Well, what have we got? We've only got a few minutes before the break, and so maybe not enough time for. But Danny, do you remember that scene, scoring that one?
Absolutely. And, interestingly enough, I actually didn't have to put a lot in it because Jake's voice and the whole scene carried itself. So sometimes you don't want to put music in something that's already larger than life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
for sure.
Yeah.
That was also the scene with the Natasha debacle, if we could be honest about it.
Goodness.
dear.
Half the actors said Natasha and half said Natasha, and we ended up having to go back and redo scenes to try and achieve the greatest continuity
Yeah.
we could. And we came down on the side of Natasha, but I heard a Natasha in that clip.
Jake still mispronounces it.
Well,
from time to time
That's
because
okay.
that's his
That's
character,
Jake.
That's
right?
Jake, yeah.
It's Jake. That's right.
Yeah, and in that
But-
scene, for background, you really don't like Natasha.
No,
do you?
no. Jake doesn't like Natasha at all.
No.
There's a bit of conflict.
And you know
there,
what? He has every right. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Just-
no.
Well, okay, maybe not, but yeah.
That's-
Yeah, she's a bit threatening to Jake because she's a part of the family, and Jake thinks he's definitely a part of the family.
And that's the lesson in here, right? If we're
Yeah.
learning to deal
Yeah.
with conflict. It's a positive thing for families to put in front of their kids.
Yeah, the whole season, that season is called You Belong, and the Bible story is the story of Ruth and Naomi, and a family moves to Discovery Mountain. It's talking about just something we all struggle with at different stages of life. Where do we fit in a family? Where do we belong? Something that kids definitely struggle with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but besides that, that's all true. He feels kind of, like he doesn't
outsider.
belong, an outsider. But Natasha ends up ordering the wrong trail mix. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
let's come on.
Right.
So,
I thought it was really
Unforgivable.
positive for families and
Yeah,
kids
it is.
because it deals with real things. Hey, a new sibling comes along. How does that
Yeah,
work?
yeah.
Am I no longer mom and dad's favorite? And
Right.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Those kinds of things.
And we want to we always start every season with a Bible story in mind. That's our first goal. But we want it to be totally relevant to what kids experience. We want it to make sense to them and help them in practical ways too.
And not everybody who listens is a kid, are they?
No, we have lots of adults who listen, which
Yeah.
makes me happy.
Their secret guilty pleasure is they listen to children's radio and they listen to Discovery Mountain. I hear the music. So we're going to queue up a few more favorite scenes and a new feature at Discovery Mountain are mini episodes. And if we have time today, we're going to play an entire mini episode
That'd be great.
on the air. So I hear the music, and that means time to take a little break, and then we'll come back after this. And you're going to hear some information that you're going to want to write down because, well, these offers don't come along every day. The people at the Voice of Prophecy have made phenomenal resources available for you and your family, your children, and for you. You'll want to take advantage of it, so write this stuff down, and we'll be right back with more from Discovery Mountain on Disclosure.
Are you searching for answers to life's toughest questions like, where is God when we suffer? Can I find real happiness? Or is there any hope for our chaotic world? The Discover Bible Guides will help you find the answers you're looking for. Visit us at BibleStudies.com or give us a call at 888-456-7933 for your free Discover Bible Guides. Study online on our secure website or have the free guides mailed right to your home. There is never a cost or obligation. The Discover Bible Guides are our free gift to you. Find answers in guides like, Does My Life Really Matter to God? And A Second Chance at Life. You'll find answers to the things that matter most to you in each of the 26 Discover Bible Guides. Visit BibleStudies.com and begin your journey today to discover answers to life's deepest questions.
And they're pointing at me. Apparently I fell asleep at the switch, and there's nothing for Hareem to do but wave his arm and yell through the glass when I can't hear him. Apparently we've been on the air for a few minutes, and I didn't notice. Welcome back to Disclosure. I'm sitting down with the cast and crew, really, of, or some of the cast and crew, because it's a huge cast of Discovery Mountain, our new radio drama for children, The Voice of Prophecy. And through 7 seasons already, going into 8, 9, 10, and 11 pretty soon. It's a show based on biblical values, always teaches children a good, solid Bible story and how to apply the principles from that story in real situations that young people face. And what we've been doing is listening to different people's favorite clips from the show. And in studio today, I've got Danny Columbi, composer for the show. I've got Doug Bruce, who I'm not sure what he does, but he's sitting here.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the director for the show, post-producer. Gene is the writer. We've got also the producer. You're executive producer, I guess. You're a producer.
Well, no, Ruben's an executive producer as well.
Okay, you guys are executive producers. It sounds big, but you're also Jake Donovan.
That's right.
Jake Donovan.
Jake Donovan.
Maybe we'll go with Jake Donovan's favorite clip.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. All right. Well, let's cue up the beautiful clip. Here we go.
George, why don't you sit down at the picnic table right there under the shady tree? I'll pour us each a strawberry lemonade.
Well, yes, I need to sit. Fine.
All right now, Jeanette. Time for step 2.
Jeanette, why are you here in Discovery Mountain?
Well, I need to make amends.
Amends?
Yes, trying to make things right for the way I've treated you over the years.
I'm listening.
I've been by your camp. It's actually quite lovely, in a rustic sort of way.
Now, wait a minute. You've been in Discovery Mountain Camp?
Oh, just when no one was there, just to sort of peek.
You mean sneaking around? Now, Jeanette, you can't.
George, I meant no harm. I promise. I just needed to see it so that I can move on to step 2.
Oh, boy. Now, what in the world is step 2?
Well, asking forgiveness.
I see.
Yes. George, can you ever forgive me?
Well,
I've done some terrible things. I didn't really expect you to forgive me. Never mind. Forget I asked.
Now, Jeanette, you know that I'm a believer, right?
A believer in what?
In God.
Oh, yes. Right. That does ring a bell.
Well, Jeanette, I forgive you.
You do?
Well, as God forgives me, I forgive you. God can transform anyone.
Well, I think that I'm transforming me. I've worked very hard with my therapist.
It's going to take a while for me to get used to you being here in Discovery Mountain.
Oh, I'm just here for lemonade season. My market research shows that it's peak season for the next 3.25 weeks.
Oh, I see that you haven't lost your head for business.
Oh, no. That part of me will never change.
Well, good, Jeanette. When lemonade season is over, would you stop by Trekkers?
Who, me? Inside of the Trekkers?
Yes. You could share a proposal with me for selling this lemonade to my customers.
Well, all right. I'll consider your offer and draft a proposal. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Oh, George, I have a line. My public is waiting.
All right, Jeanette, go and attend your public.
Oh, my. That was too easy. He believed me.
All right, I got to know, Ruben, why is that a favorite? Why is that a
there's
favorite?
There's so much. I mean, I had to think about it and thinking, well, there's so much to that backstory there, and those of you who've followed the show have know that Madam Manager is kind of the villain, right?
Oh yeah,
and she's very much the villain.
Absolutely.
And so she's been banished from Discovery Mountain, right? Yep. And then all of a sudden she shows up, and what gives, right? And so, and I'm thinking, she's done so much. She wanted to destroy the camp. She wanted to blow it up.
Yep,
so she could build a hotel. She wanted to blow it up. That's the part you didn't hear here because I didn't have time. But, and then she strolled back onto the camp, and you're wondering, man, she wants forgiveness. And so I think that's a powerful story there. but then there's a little bit of does she really?
Yeah,
so
what's she up
really?
to?
Wait a minute, that evil laugh at the end. So it's for many reasons. I mean, there is more of a story in there that has been discussed in the in the episodes about forgiveness and about relationships and things like that. But also, I just like it for its richness from a technical production standpoint. And Madam Manager is just a fun cannonball.
Yeah. She's amazing.
I was listening to the scoring in that one, Danny, and it's funny how I was registering emotions. What were you going for in a scene like that?
I was trying to do the zigs and zags with what they were doing, obviously, but just highlighting it, trying to highlight it and then get out of the way to make to make the drama sharper, I suppose, and to make it again more stand out. Their performance already has creates that suspension of disbelief. Like, do you believe it? You're there. These characters, I can't imagine them being anything other than who they are. Even though I know, from the videos what they look like in there, but it was perfectly engaging. So all I wanted to do was just make that larger than life.
I'd have to say you nailed it too.
Yes. Sounded excellent.
Yeah, you nailed it.
As
You've
it
got a
all
real
does.
gift there. We're so glad you're part of this team because otherwise it's kind of a flat story. I thought that really was well done. Director Doug, your favorite clip.
My favorite clip involves Madam Manager as well. It's the woman that plays that, Natalie Barton, is just amazing. She came in on her first day of production and lived the character.
Oh, yeah.
She came in with this big hat and strutted around. She just really got into character, and it was just amazing to work with her. And she just brought this amazing character out of just the words on the page. And so she's always been one of my favorites.
And she brought the accent.
She brought the accent.
It was her idea. It's not how she speaks in everyday life.
That's
All
right.
right, roll it.
Hey, Judah.
Hey, Hattie. My dad sent me up to tell you that the demolition crew is ready at the site now.
Oh, thanks. Are you going to the demolition too?
Oh, no, I can't. I have to stay here and sort the mail in the mailroom.
Well, you're a volunteer. Can't you just leave when you want to?
I take my volunteer job very seriously. My dad tells me that if Madam Manager likes me, I just might be able to get a paid job here one day. Maybe even in the demolition crew with my dad.
Judah, I admire that. Hard work always leaves a good impression.
Well, thanks, Hattie. Oh, hey, are you taking pictures?
Yeah, pictures and videos. I'll post them on social media tomorrow.
Can you show them to me after you're done?
Of course, just stop by my desk.
Mail boy, aren't you supposed to be in the mailroom?
Oh, hey, Madam Manager. Yeah, I was just delivering a message to Hattie. And, oh, wait, let me look on my mail cart real quick. Yes, I have some mail here for you too, Madam Manager.
Thank you, mail boy. Just put it on my desk.
Yes, ma'am. Goodbye.
Nice young man. He may just go places one day. Now, Hattie, are you ready to go and watch an old building crumble to the ground?
Yes, Madam Manager. As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, grab your camera and let's go. Put on this face mask. There'll be lots of dust.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Madam Manager.
And put on these protective glasses.
Oh, all right. Let me put my camera around my neck. Glasses on?
Good. Now don't we look stylish?
Yes.
Be sure to take lots of pictures, Hattie. Everyone loves a good demolition. It's very exciting.
Yes, Madam Manager. I'm very excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the demolition of this building. Please make sure that you're behind the taped-off area and that you are wearing the proper protective gear.
Check.
As most of you know, this building was home to City Books for many years.
This was a bookstore?
Oh, yes. But just a musty old place. Books piled high on every shelf. It smelled like old books and tea.
That sounds...
Awful. It was awful. After the building is torn down, Billsby Builders will build a big, shining shopping center in its place.
Everyone, please stand back and we'll begin.
Get ready, Hattie. Here comes the wrecking ball.
Okay, I'm nervous.
Nothing to be nervous about, hun. We wreck stuff all the time around here. All to the business. Take pictures, Hattie!
I'm taking them. Phew, there's a lot of concrete dust everywhere. Whoa, where'd the building go anyway?
Gone. Nothing but a big pile of bricks and dust now. Success! Hattie, there's Mr. Billsby. Photo opportunity. Let's go.
All right. I don't even have to guess why that's your favorite scene, Doug.
I mean, there's a number of different things. Just listening to those performances and a couple of other really good actors that we've worked with before. The Judah character and the Hattie character just did an amazing job. Just listening to those performances was wonderful. And one of the things I really liked about that scene with the demolition is just all the work I had to put in on the sound effects side that just kind of came together. There's so many elements in there. The explosion itself has about 4 or 5 different sounds all packed in, and all the background machinery running. Just the way that whole scene just kind of came together was just one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, I heard you call out the demolition expert.
Oh, yeah.
I heard you say something. You forgot the mics were live. Joel, that's Joel.
That's Joel, yeah.
Yeah, he works in the office
Joel's
here.
one of our producers, but he also, if you are in this building during production, chances are you will get pulled into the studio to voice something.
Yeah.
And Joel does a great job as well.
And that opportunity does come up from time to time. People are welcome to audition.
Yes.
We don't have budgets for people we can't fly people out, but if you happen to be in the Loveland area and want to try out, you guys are open once in a while to tryouts, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, all the actors, with the exception of some that we just thought they might do a good job, basically all of the actors, we've asked them to audition, and we've had some really interesting ways we've landed on some of them, too. Some of them that weren't even intending on auditioning. A character that we have coming up, Natasha.
Right.
It's in the new season.
Natasha.
She actually brought her son
in.
to audition, and she was sitting out in the waiting room, and I saw her out there. Said, "Why don't you audition?" She says, "Oh, no." I said, "No, come in," and she came in and was a natural.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she did a role in season 6. Yeah,
Yep.
as a just a one-time role, and we liked her so much we actually brought her back to do a regular role as Natasha Simon.
And yet Chaplain Simon has been sent to Afghanistan.
You're gonna best place for you.
You're going to write me out of the. I hope you've got a funeral dirge ready, Danny, because I think
no,
they're sending my character to Afghanistan. I know how that ends. All right. Well, I think right afterwards, I know that you write regular seasons that focus around Bible stories, but we also, so that there's never a week that goes by without content, have developed something new. I know we're about to take a break, but tell us what that something new is, and then we'll listen to one.
Well, we noticed when we didn't have an episode for a long stretch, people were clamoring. And so we thought we can't do full episodes, we can do mini episodes. So these are 6 or 7 minute stories, interviews, those kind of things. And like every regular full episode, every mini adventure also has a faith exercise. So in other words, there's a Bible principle, a Bible verse with an engaging, fun story, just in a little bite-sized format. And I hope we have a chance to play one after the break.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a break. And if you've got little ones in the house, young people up to 90 years of age.
Yep. Sounds good.
Gather them. Let them listen to this. Here comes a mini episode after the break of Discovery Mountain. And if you enjoy it, you can get regular episodes of Discovery Mountain by going to...
The best place, discoverymountain.com.
Discovery Mountain. No, it's Mountain. Mountain.
Mountain.
Don't pronounce the T.
Mountain.
Mountain.
Yeah. Discoverymountain.com. You can get regular episodes. We're about to take a little break, and I'll be back with the cast and crew of Discovery Mountain right after this.
Are you searching for answers to life's toughest questions? Like, where is God when we suffer? Can I find real happiness? Or is there any hope for our chaotic world? The Discover Bible Guides will help you find the answers that you're looking for. Visit us at BibleStudies.com or give us a call at 888-456-7933 for your free Discover Bible Guides. Study online on our secure website or have the free guides mailed right to your home. There is never a cost or obligation. The Discover Bible Guides are our free gift to you. Find answers in guides like Does My Life Really Matter to God? And A Second Chance at Life. You'll find answers to the things that matter the most to you. Visit BibleStudies.com and begin your journey today to discover answers to life's deepest questions.
If this was a football game, we'd be in the fourth quarter right now. If
Indeed.
it was a hockey game, we'd be
We'd be
about
overtime.
one. Yeah, we'd be overtime.
overtime,
Yeah, we'd be overtime.
Sudden death.
Sudden death, the best part of hockey, let me tell you.
You're listening to Disclosure, Sudden Death. That's what's going to happen to Chaplain Simon. I know exactly what's going to happen.
And Danny will compose something appropriate.
Something
I
appropriate
guarantee.
for the day I'm written out of the show.
That's right.
Doug, during the break, you were talking about that favorite clip that you had where they demolished the old bookstore, and you want to talk for a moment about what it took to put that together.
Well, yeah. Basically, I think what I want to mention to people is there's more to our website than just the show. We have a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. And for that particular scene, I actually did a behind-the-scenes where I showed people how all those effects were built up and what elements went into it. And so if people are interested, they can go to discoverymountain.com. They can go to the Director Doug segment of the website. And
We gave you your own segment.
My own section, my own page.
Right on the homepage.
Right on the homepage. Yeah.
Go quick because I'll probably shut that down
there
later.
You go.
Yeah.
And there's a number of different video clips on everything from us taking like a look at a de Havilland Beaver, which is the same make as Blue Birdie, the airplane in the program, to behind the scenes looks at how sound effects are built up and things such as that. So I just wanted to mention that. I forgot to mention that, so they can actually see how that particular scene was built.
Okay, great. Discovery Mountain or
.com.
mountain.com.
Absolutely.
Mountain.com. And there's a lot of stuff there. You're going to want to go and visit that website. All right. I think, Gene, we're going to play one of those mini episodes in 5 seconds or less. What are we about to hear?
Oh, that would be great. You're going to hear a scene that happens at school.
Okay.
And where a girl thinks that she hasn't been invited to a birthday party.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, roll it, Harim.
Hi, I'm Director Doug, and I should be working on editing Discovery Mountain episodes, but I'm feeling a little sad. You see, my friend Gary just told me that he's going to his friend Matt's birthday party tonight. Well, I'm friends with Gary, and I'm friends with Matt, and I'm wondering why Matt didn't invite me to his party. It just doesn't make sense at all. Oh, hey, now, wait a minute. I just remembered something that happened in Discovery Mountain. I wonder if the same thing happened to me as happened to Elise. Oh, you don't know Elise's story, do you? Well, you listen to her story and I'll check my email and find out. Enjoy this mini adventure. I'll meet you back here right after.
Elise, are you crying?
Oh, hi, Chaplain Jake. I guess I am.
Why are you sitting here on the school steps? Everyone's gone home for the day.
Well, I usually walk home from school with Anna, but...
Did you have an argument? Here's a tissue. Dry your eyes.
Thank you, Chaplain Jake.
Should I call your mom and have her pick you up? She must be worried.
I already called her. She said she was coming.
Oh, well, that's good. What happened with Anna?
Well, we didn't have an argument, but she must not like me anymore because...
Oh, no. Don't start crying again. Here's another tissue. Elise, what makes you think that Anna doesn't like you anymore?
Well, I heard Calby say that she's going to Anna's birthday party on Sunday.
Oh, okay, and...
Then, Chaplain Jake, you don't believe it. Then I heard Gabby and Sylvia talking by the water fountain.
Let me guess.
They're going to Anna's party, too.
Oh, dear, I'm out of my depth here.
And then after lunch, when Devin and Stevie were playing basketball in the gym, I heard Devin say this.
Oh, okay, what did he say?
Devin said, I'm going to beat you at hoops today and at Anna's party on Sunday.
Devin was taunting him like that? Oh, I've got to talk to him about the golden rule.
Chaplain Jake, don't you get it?
Apparently I don't.
Anna even invited the boys to her party. She invited the whole class, everyone but me.
Oh, dear Elise, I'm so sorry. I can see you're a little upset now.
A little? That Anna, I always thought she was my friend, but I guess she isn't.
I kind of liked you better when you were crying, Elise. Tissue?
Jake, do you know what kind of person Anna is? She's a terrible friend. That's what she is.
Okay. Look, here comes Mr. Reader. Good. Maybe he can help me out.
Jake, you're still here? Hey, I'm about to lock up for the night.
Mr. Reader,
Elise, you're still here? Oh, hey, I can't wait until Sunday. Anna's party is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, no.
Anna invited the principal?
Well, she lives next door. Her parents invite me to all of the Dunaway kids' parties. Anna, Jaden...
That is it. I am not waiting for my mom. I am walking home.
Elise, hold on. Just wait a minute.
For what?
Mr. Reader, how did you find out about Anna's party? Did her parents call you, or?
Well, no, she left the invitation on my desk. Look, I have it right here.
Reader, may I see that?
Well, sure. Here you go, Elise.
Purple envelope, orange sticker. I should have known. Nobody else would use those colors together.
Elise, did you?
I think it's in my backpack. I saw something stuck to the bottom of my math book. Oh, here it is.
Elise, you have the same envelope as Mr. Reader.
Apparently I do. It's an invitation to Anna's party.
Well, of course. Elise, did you think that you weren't invited?
Oh, trust me, she thought that, Mr. Reader.
I thought that everyone was invited except me.
Oh, tears again. Here, tissue?
No, thank you. I think I'm gonna be okay.
Elise, I can see that would be upsetting. But Anna would never do that.
Well, I guess I know that now.
Well, Elise, I have a question for you. Do you know the golden rule?
Oh, good one, Mr. Reader. I was just saying that Devin needs a reminder on that one.
I've heard of the golden rule, but what exactly is it?
Well, Elise, it's something that Jesus said. Do to others as you would like them to do to you.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I thought that Anna broke that one.
Now, what would have happened if Anna didn't see an invitation to your birthday party? How would you have wanted her to treat you?
That's easy. I would never leave out one of my best friends. I would just want her to ask me about it.
Now you see. That's what you could have done with Anna.
And it would have saved a few tears.
You're right. I'm sorry, Chaplain Jake. I shouldn't have been so upset.
I forgive you, Elise, and I forgive you because I would want you to forgive me if I did the same.
I see the golden rule at work.
Yes, indeedy.
Well, Elise, I'm glad that I left school when I did, or you might have spent the whole rest of the day upset with a friend for no reason.
I'm glad, too. Oh, there's my mom. Bye, Reader. Bye, Chaplain Jake.
Bye, Elise. See you Sunday.
Whew, well, I'm glad we figured that one out.
Me too, Jake.
I just have one question.
Yes?
I wonder why Anna didn't invite all the teachers to the party. I mean, I would have...
Oh, Jake, don't even start. Don't even start.
Oh, wow. I want to hear the rest.
Sure, chop off the director Doug segment.
No, brilliant. Brilliant. Now, Danny, I'm going to go straight to you on that one because as Anna's crying, I heard an awful lot of violin, and I was almost in tears myself. That seemed appropriate to me.
Yeah, pulling on the heartstring. Music is the language of emotion.
Yeah, it is. But the violins, man, I thought, oh no, not the violins. It's dusty in here. It's dusty. But beautiful.
Just brought it to life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Danny, you're calling in from the furthest away today. I only wish you could have been here with us to hang out in person. Tell us a little bit about why Discovery Mountain matters to you.
Well, you know, I am actually very thankful for being involved with the project because I've always considered myself one of my traits that I value most is a sense of empathy and caring for other people.
Right.
And I'm better at speaking through music than I am actually in English, in language. Music is my language, and I get to share that, and I get to help other people, kids and whoever else is listening. Through that, I get to hear the message of your show, and I get to amplify that with the music to make sure that it's hitting people's hearts in the right way, in the way that was intended. And I can't think of a more wonderful calling in life, and I'm very lucky to have that, to be able to help out in that way. And thank you to all of you there for letting me express myself that way and help you out that way.
Well, thank you, Danny. I've got to say that the report we get from parents is, isn't it great to have a program that the storylines are right, they're wholesome, but the other comment we get is the music is wholesome, and it's something they're happy to put in front of their children, and it's music that speaks to people. So I want to thank you for, I guess, the appropriateness of it for families as well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm so happy to hear that, actually. And again, everybody is doing such a fantastic job, and I've never felt more akin to the people that I've worked with than this project, to be honest with you.
Oh, Fantastic. Now,
Feelings mutual.
yeah, cue the violins again. You got everybody feeling. Jean, tell us a little bit about some of the things that maybe are going to be added. The Discovery Family, Discovery Mountain group, sort of for children. You're doing a number of things. In addition to just the radio show, aren't you?
Absolutely. You know, Discovery Mountain started with a mission to reach families, and as the program has sort of caught on, we've had a lot of ideas and we've expanded it. Something that's coming the summer of 2019 is a vacation Bible school.
Ooh.
And it is a Discovery Mountain vacation Bible school. It's called Rescued Safe in Jesus. And we recorded that up at a beautiful place called Glacier View Ranch here in the state of Colorado. And it tells a story of a fall summer camp. And favorite characters from Discovery Mountain are there in video. So Jake is there. Jamie Simon
people
is
are gonna
there.
see the characters.
They get to see
Mr.
the
Simon.
characters. Mr. Simon, Mr. Reader, let's see who else, Wyatt. And then Director Doug and I are there off screen, but we were there very much a part of that. And
Director Doug was not just there off screen. Director
he was
Doug
part
was
of the
there
crew.
in the lake.
In the lake.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
man.
He went for a swim out of the canoe.
Unintentional.
And you
Doug
picked
and
up a leech.
Hareem,
You were in the
actually.
water.
Picked up a leech.
You were in the water for 10 seconds and picked up a leech.
Yeah. And Hareem was laughing at me.
Yeah, and Hareem was
really
there.
hurt my feelings.
Hareem dumped you in the lake. I saw. I paid him $20 for that. He's running to the mic to defend himself. That was on purpose, wasn't it? So a vacation that means that
very
in
excited about
select
that.
communities across North America, in select communities, folks, pay attention and watch for it. There could be a Discovery Mountain camp coming to town.
In local churches. And excellent, beautiful music written by Miss Tamara. 9 original pieces of music shot on in 9 different locations at this beautiful camp.
Kids singing.
Singing. We're super, super excited about it. All of us in this room have been heavily involved in that project.
Right.
And then we have some other things coming out in the next couple of years. But
Good.
VBS is
So it's
is
a growing
next.
family. It's a growing family of family products. Discovery
yes.
Mountain. DiscoveryMountain.com. We're down to under 2 minutes. Last thoughts, Jake.
Man, I don't know. Just
Ruben.
so much fun. Yeah. Think about that. Wait a minute, Jake. Trail mix, please. It's great to be able to be a part of this process, this show. Having been not only on the back end with helping Jean and the crew from the technical side of things, but also, being the voice actor of Jake has been just a lot of fun working with so many people in the studio. And like you said, we have a huge cast. That is absolutely true. We also have a huge crew. And so this is a monumental undertaking. And just to hear the what we're getting back from people, the feedback we're getting for, parents loving it for kids. It's just amazing.
Penultimate word goes to Director Doug.
Oh man, this project started off with a phone call from Ruben about a radio drama, and I said, "Who does radio dramas?"
Yeah, you're a TV producer, right?
Yeah, you're a TV producer is my background. But once getting involved in this, I saw the power of it. We're getting the feedback now from people's lives people whose lives are being affected positively by this thing, and it basically has blown my socks off as to how effective this is for children. Something positive in a world that's definitely not.
Yep. All right. I said penultimate word, but I want to hear this show was perfecto.
This show was perfecto! Yay!
All right. Thank you so much, cast and crew of Discovery Mountain. You can find more of that kind of genius at DiscoveryMountain.com. Radio drama for children. Your children will learn wholesome values and Bible stories, and it's just a refreshing thing for families in a world that doesn't have much to offer that's wholesome anymore. Thank you, everybody, for coming into studio. My name is Sean Boonstra. Until next time, this has been Disclosure.